lot of people are scared of a lot of the uncertainty and changes that are out here in the world today. And I got into it a little bit, the fear, scare, you know, the things that I agree that are out of my control. And in this process, where I was like, oh, this is out of my control. I can't do nothing about it. This is something much higher than me. I don't have any play. I don't have a say. And I go back to a lot of my spiritual and metaphysical teachings, and I'm like, what would they say? What is the response there? You know, what is in anything, even if you want to go in traditional religion, I've seen so many people now that attain to be spiritual, but complain that so much is out of their power. And what is the question I pose is, and I can pose it for myself. I ask myself, well, what is the reason you're into all of this? Why was you learning to balance chakras? Why were you learning what chakras were? Why were you meditating? Is all this stuff in vain? Was it a show? Was it a fad, like you used to skateboard and you like Tony Hawk Pro Skater and now you don't do the shit anymore? Like, what was it? What was it all in vain? And anyone else, if you can relate it to other things, you're praying, you're studying, hearing about stories of triumph. I know that's kind of universal in all religions. And here I am talking about what I can't control and what I can't make happen for me and what's out of my reach. That's what I'm doing. And got all the power in the world and knowledge to overcome that and more. And I think the line gets drawn was that spirituality makes you responsible, self-responsible. It puts the key in your hand. You can't blame it on, this person or why you're not getting ahead or why your trouble is happening. It's on you. Your own personal study, practice, acumen, understanding, development, many other factors. What can I control in this? That's what I started pondering the question. What do I have access to control in this? And knowing what I know, and you, if you're listening, knowing whatever you know, whatever you believe, whatever you worship, however you worship, I really don't think there's a lot of people that's using this power that people have talked about and proclaimed for years. I don't see many people using it. I see many panicked people, but I don't see many people expecting those stories of triumph as they received from their spirituality or religion. I think the spiritual people and the people out there, if you got some knowledge or some know-how, ought to be using it. Because it comes a time where I guess it's spiritual for show. We follow the customs and the standards, but it's often comes to a point is why you ain't using none of that. How does that factor in you? It can be hell going on around me, but in a lot of metaphysical and spiritual practices, we're supposed to be the internal peace. We're supposed to be the internal generator of love. Everything that's out there, we're supposed to have it internally here and be able to generate it within here. But I'm sitting about worried about who gets this position, who gets that position, who has this and that. We got much more power than you think. But I think a lot of us are tricked in thinking that these external things, these material things are going to unlock keys for us that are really going to unlock keys to a not a paradise, but a prison.